we use it for everything.
The 429 is able to get us from point A to B in a jiffy, quick.
So there are numerous mission sets that we utilize the Bell 429 platform for, and all of them are capable of being reconfigured for each of those mission sets.
Never had an issue with a student transition into the 429 from the 505.
It was a seamless transition. Transitioning to the Bell 429, you don't need as much control inputs when flying the 429, so that makes it a little bit easier. The major difference, I would say, is the fact that now that you're moving to an aircraft with automation, so now you have to be versed on your system knowledge and learning how to manipulate that autopilot system. So in terms of the hands and feet and flying, that's a non-issue really coming from the Bell 505.
You have no issues in handling the 429, especially because of the stability augmentation systems in the Bell 429 when comparing to hand flying the 505 throughout training.
I think it's the tail with authority. With it also, the suites, fully coupled 4-axis autopilot. From there, you can shoot approaches fully coupled right throughout. And just the ergonomics of the cabin, where the buttons are situated and everything.
Easy transition from the 505 onto the Bell 429 system, glass system, everything is pretty much laid out similar with the addition of the other screens inside the Bell 429.
We may start out our day doing VIP missions, then we move into support for the infantry, where we have a setup for fast rope for rappelling or vertical extraction. Later on in the day, we may be called to support the Jamaica Fire Brigade, and it's reconfigured for Bambi bucket operations for aerial firefighting.
I have no issues with power or maneuvering the aircraft within the terrain, of course, and in confines to receive water.
When it comes to casualty evacuations, we do a lot of those night and day, and we get patients with varying complications and illnesses, and a lot of these things are, as you'd imagine, time sensitive.
The NVG mode that we have in the cockpit allows us to dim the lights and have us better able to see outside and doesn't affect too much of the NVG's capabilities. So I really appreciate that. We can also mark a target and can visually see through the NVGs. So we can come in, dart ship, we're on the NVGs, seeing the areas clearly, and we can mark targets for other pilots as well. We can also mark airfields with our infrared light.
It was great to start on the 505, and it was outside of the slight nuances. Moving to the 429 wasn't a really big transition for me because, again, 505, you're flying it on your own, but with the 429, you got a little bit of stability, you got a little bit of assistance, so it was almost like a step down in terms of the workload when moving from one platform to the next.
With the 429, it really comes down to the speed and just the climb performance that it has always had an impression on me.